Listen and watch this. Run down here to turn 1 on the restart. Wheel to wheel with Simon Pagenaud teammates. Now watch this and listen. Pardon me, excuse me, I'm playing through, boys, because I...
What a mess. Yellow flag at St. Pete.
All trying to go around 100.
Look at the steering wheel. Look at the steering wheel on Kanaan. He's loose. He's snapping. He's back and forth. He's going inside, outside.
Inside. Clear, clear. Clear.
And he's getting chased down by Castroneves. He's on fresh tires. And that shows you how much quicker you are on fresh tires. He got out in the gray.
Clear, clear.
Lost control. Wow. Under the current format, what we know, you see here, he goes inside and he just starts squeezing him right here. Almost down into the pit wall.
We just got chopped. Charlie just chopped us. You okay?
So I'm
Watching on board with Castroneves. That's Newgarden up ahead, down low.
You're clear.
And he couldn't be any lower, Newgarden, to stay out of the way.
Good job, good job.
Castroneves.
That racing, as well as this.
Yeah, that's no bueno right there.
Kanaan up with Tony Kanaan again. This was about 4 laps ago. Very close call there between the 11 of Sebastian Bourdais and the 21 of Joseph Newgarden.
Between Bourdais.
As he comes out onto the track, the right side tires are supposed to go on the outside of those double yellow line. It looked like he might have cleared it. What Marco Andretti saw coming out of the turn.
I'll tell you what, we went green to checker with no yellows. We didn't even get the race started and we have a yellow at a track that's a lot easier to get around.
We've gone yellow to yellow to start off in Alabama.
And one thing you always have to be careful of is on the radio, the
9 spots on the first few laps, and very impressive for Marco Andretti.
Well, there's nobody that can argue that he's as brave as anybody out there. Some of the starts we've seen him do on the ovals and now here on the road courses, he's as brave as they get. Just he's got to really work on keeping it all together through the weekend and just working on the race setup and qualifying better.
Dixon going into turn 5.
oh, he just got tagged there, probably by Bourdais, I would think.
5 again from the start. Marco Andretti and how he's been able to negotiate around these drivers to move up 9 spots already.
Slicing and dicing like a ninja.
Well, and he went from the lowest qualifying Andretti driver to the highest running driver in the race, passing his teammates
by Will Power, and a strong move here going through turn 14.
Whoa, nearly pushed Power off the road.
Pretty clever space to drop.
Montoya makes a move on Hinchcliffe, push to pass, down to the hairpin, around the outside to make contact. He's lucky he didn't get spun there, but I think there might be some damage to Hinchcliffe's front wing. Push to pass.
Rahal goes to the push to pass.
He held
trying to get by
Pagenaud. That line
Pagenaud.
really tight, and he's going to make a move.
And a little contact there. Pagenaud off.
Opportunity to maybe go around the outside. He's right along now with Tony Kanaan. Let's watch this. So he thinks he's going to go around the outside. The 9 of Scott Dixon takes his space. And so he's got to move to the left. And you know how quick this is. Remember, we haven't been in the car for a couple of hours here, Eddie. All of a sudden, here we go. Watch this on with Sebastian Bourdais. He's got nowhere to go.
He had nowhere to go, but he could have maybe anticipated the fact.
So Will Power, you saw got going. He's back in 23rd place.
That's a terrible feeling, isn't it? We've all done it. Now for Kimball, he's very lucky because you can watch the dirt start to fly when he starts to go off course here right now. up there, and there's no grip whenever you start having situations like that.
That's the sort of thing.
Speed lane, his team allowed him to get right out onto the high-speed lane. The
Montoya.
number 2 car, Juan Pablo Montoya.
In race control.
Now the rules are that on the right-hand lane, that is the fast lane. The lane that's in the middle, that's the transfer lane. So once you've left your pit box, which is on the left-hand side, you're to get into the middle lane, as we're going to go right along here with Willpower. He should stay in that middle lane.
All clear, go right.
Yeah, and that's whoever's yelling all clear to him is
That
not
was the
looking
issue.
down the pit.
Tires, and Hinch works his way back toward the front. We ride here with Newgarden.
Tanson has a bad habit of crowding cars on the bottom. You can't do that and make it halfway through the race.
No,
You've got to give them room. That's
Outside. Hold your line. Clear. Go. Yellow flag. Nice job. Holy crap.
Here because the competition is so close on the track. No case here in Buddy Lazier's situation. He lost a wheel. And here's some more of the pit lane incidents that we're having. So Takuma Sato, who we're riding on board with right now, following behind his teammate.
Inside.
I'll play through. Pushed out there just a little bit. We ride along now with James Hinchcliffe.
Inside.
yeah, but he had a choice. He had a choice. He could, if somebody's inside of you.
Tire barrier there. And that's what you don't want to hear.
He had to make a quick decision here to try to make it around the corner or go down the escape route.
Now it's off.
We're in front, Pagenaud.
Yeah, he's almost like I call that dead stick.
Hinchcliffe had nowhere to go.
And you can hear the impact, and as a driver, I can tell you that you hate that.
Marco Andretti got a piece of it too.
He almost got through that.
Yeah, and you know, for some,
Rossi has any experience with at Texas. He's been here for the test, but you have no idea what's going to happen until you run in traffic.
The amount of steering.
Whoa! Well, I was going to say, it looks like it's got a lot of push in it.
Yeah, that's all around this racetrack. It's... And for Joseph Newgarden, absolutely so quickly on board with Scott Dixon.
Oh. Whoa, he's got some damage there, too.
Oh, that's going to hurt. That his right front wing is damaged.
More. Watch this. The view from Montoya's car. Bourdais up ahead. To the right is Charlie Kimball. Almost contact there. There's definitely contact there.
Push to pass is on with Kimball. No push to pass for Chilton. You see he's getting passed.
And there goes Bourdais' right rear pod. That was Charlie Kimball getting into the back of Bourdais' Kardashian. And there it is.
That's one Pablo Montoya who gets pushed wide by Max Chilton.
He will not like that. He got kind of pushed out and squeezed.
Happened to the Russian racer here just a few moments ago. Down the hill into the turn 5. Slight lockup. Runs wide. Look to the left. Whew. There goes the injured Joseph Newgarden, who has been a big...
Because if he gets into the twisty corners, there's no real easy way to get by. Both cars on push to pass. But Hinch has got the run down the straightaway. But Montoya is a late breaker. You're not going to outbrake him, and Hinch runs off the end and loses a spot.
At least one.
Hey guys, the 28 team, Ryan Hunter-Reay just radioed in and said it looked like he had a puncture or something, but it didn't come from me. And on the stand, Ray Gosselin said, yeah.
Now it gets the run back on him after both on push to pass, and look at this.
Montoya just chops the nose off of Newgarden.
He comes
and
back.
Look at Newgarden come flying back here. He's going to get him on the uphill. Montoya runs wide in 5, now uphill under the bridge. My corner, pal, back off, move out of the way, I'm coming through.
And he used up, with that very move, he used up his
recovery process, and look how close it is on the racetrack. And his teammate, Hawksworth,
Well, part of the issue,
Racing each other pretty hard for a long time, but there's something happened here.
This is with Alexander Rossi, 1 lap ago.
Whoa.
and remember we talked about those marbles, and those marbles are...
He got his tire underneath the back tire.
But watch, Hunter-Reay gets Rahal here. Boom, right there.
He got a little bit, he got help from both sides. It looked like he got a little bit of chrome.
Canadian hero James Hinchcliffe down into turn 1. Inside is Bourdais. Whoa.
It's tight right there.
And Mikhail Aleshin had just received a warning for lane usage. How he is...
Oh, talk about tight quarters there.
He gets wide. There's a little contact between Rossi and Rahal. Now he gets checked up by Rossi.
Here comes Andretti on the inside, is he?
Right over the
And there
curbs.
goes Marco.
Right over the curbs.
They were 3 wide, and that poor curb is...
That he hurt his hand because his visor was up, and you could see the pain in his eyes. He hits the curb, loses the wheel right out of his hand. The same thing that happened to Derek.
Trying to put you back in sports cars, you look like an IndyCar driver to me today.
Yeah, I love IndyCar, and you know what I mean, I can step it up any day, and it's, you know what I mean, I'm good with that. So, and I like what I'm.
Where to go, but to head for the tires or hit the other car.
That's what it looked like from Connor Daly's view.
Ran out of lanes.
I'm not sure Montoya would have been.
This is on the opening lap. Rossi there in the black and white 98.
A little bit optimistic there, thinking the door was going to stay open with that lane of a dive. He climbed the curb right on the braking zone here, and then it was done. You know, it's like we said in Toronto, you push that button, you lose a lot of time going around that sand trap. So
look at the rear pod sagging.
Yep, and that's, as you said, that's lost downforce. It's not up, it's not level, it's not providing the rigidity it needs to.
But you know what's kind of cool is it's some damage as well. On board now with Hinchcliffe.
Watch how fast it happens from the onboard.
Low, stay low.
Just as we were going to break, what was that? See the car just...
No, and you can see the brakes are locked. Left off Castroneves on the front stretch. Now we're 3 wide going down the back stretch. That's what new tires will do for your speed.
Castroneves with that light down for a second. Pagenaud on the inside, they touch. These 3 guys.
It's very difficult to force 4 wide up the inside. On board with Newgarden.
Yeah, there was multiple incidents going on here. There was cars spinning in front. There was cars spinning behind. So a couple of different things going on.
What here in turn 1 as we ride with Rahal. He's going to duck to the inside here, try to outbrake.
See if they touch wheels on the exit here, because Kimball got on the curb. Yep.
Oh, man.
That, but Charlie's got the run here. He's coming. He goes for the outside. And Will just squeezes him out of room, and they make contact. So
I'm not sure there was room for Charlie to begin